What's your name?
My name is Wilf Stanistreet.
Do you go by another name?
For rapping,
For rapping.
I go by, right now it's Ecliptic NCT. NCT being the label me and my boys are setting up. But I'm changing it to Freddie because it's got more meaning.
What does that mean?
So, Ecliptic, yeah, it was just a name that I thought of. I thought, fuck it, quite like that. But Freddie is, so my mate Nafari, who also makes music, calls me Fred, short for Wilfred, even though my name ain't even Wilfred, and so his nickname is Freddie.
Cute. How old are you?
I'm 19.
Where do you work?
So I've got 2 jobs. I got one at my auntie's street food market, selling bao buns, and then another one at the Broccoli's Rock, which is like a fish and chip shop in Brockley.
How long have you been working at the Broccoli Rock?
About 3 years now.
Do you enjoy working there?
I wouldn't say enjoy it. I'd say it's a good environment and the people are nice. But I wouldn't say I enjoy it because obviously it's pretty meaningless. I'm only doing it for the paycheck.
Do you have any good stories from your job, positive or negative?
Good stories. I mean, I've got some funny stories. I've also got some bad stories. That one of the chefs at the Broccoli's Rock turned out to be a bit of a...
Ooh.
Yeah. And then there was also a time where one of the other guys who worked there jokingly called one of the chefs gay, and he got he grabbed him by the collar and pushed him up against the wall and was just screaming at him for about 2 minutes. I've burnt myself a lot, I guess. This was one of the chefs, Samir, accidentally once dunked his hand in the oil.
Oh my god.
And messed up his hand quite badly.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nothing majorly interesting. You get quite a lot of crackheads coming in and demanding free food.
So would you say that you want to pursue music?
Yeah,
as a
definitely.
career? When did you realise that you had a passion for music?
So I was in lockdown, when there was nothing else to do. And I've been debating starting writing lyrics for a while before that. And I just randomly started doing it whilst tidying my sister's bedroom, and then kind of got addicted to it. And then at the start I was terrible. I was so bad. But I was mostly doing it for the fun. And then after about a year of doing it, I realised that I was getting better. And I was like, shit, I could actually get to a position where I could release music and make money off of it. So I think that was about, it must have been nearly 3 years ago now I started writing.
Wow. You said you write your own music. Where does your inspiration come from?
Well, it comes from a lot of it mostly comes from, if you're talking about artists, obviously the man, the myth, the legend, Lil Kana is my number one. But I also get inspiration from more underground artists like Mike, Lord Apex, the whole of Elevation Meditation, those kind of styles. But I also get inspiration from I like to write about personal experiences and stuff. I write quite heavily about my dad, and obviously first song on the album will be about Anis. And I write quite heavily about personal experiences.
How have you done any performances?
Yeah.
How would you describe that feeling of being on stage and performing?
Oh mate, is the best feeling ever. So I've done one at People's Day for Lewisham, but we were the starting act. So the crowd, couldn't even really call it a crowd, to be honest. It was mostly my mum, my sister, my sister's mate, and about 20-30 people. So but that feeling of being in a big stage was cool. But then I've done another one at a pub in Bellingham, which was to more like 350 people.
Mhm.
And I've got it on tape actually. I can send it you if you want to use it. But yeah, that feeling when like everyone's like cheering and stuff, and like all your mates are in the front row, it's unbeatable. It's pretty addictive.
Do you use your music and songwriting to escape, and how?
Yeah, cause like, yeah, I guess I do. Yeah, cause like you can sort of create your own reality whilst doing something you love and enjoy. It's like some people like to escape by like reading a book, because like you indulge into a different world. But with writing music, it's like you're creating the book. It's not like a preset universe to indulge in. It's like you get to create your own, which I find quite cool.
So you said you wanted to pursue this as a career. How like do you believe that you're gonna like break into the music industry and stand out?
Well, so obviously I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and practice does make perfect. You just got to keep going at it. I've also made quite a lot of good connections with like the music industry, with like producers and like people who mix songs for me. Like I'm good friends with a producer called Intellect, who's like mixed songs for Lex and Moore. He's quite big himself. And obviously next year I'm going to Manchester for music and sound design. So that's 4 years I'm going to be there surrounded by people who make music and will be in the industry, and you know, can partner up and get my music out there a bit more. Because it's doing alright already, to be fair. So I think once I make more connections, it'll be Gucci.
That extra step.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me think. Okay. I don't know if this is a bad question. How do you feel a different? Obviously, you feel a difference like in your mood when you're at work and when you're performing.
Yeah.
Like, can you describe that difference?
So, like, what? Describe the difference to being on stage. So, because
Yeah,
I'm sort of still working on stage.
Yeah.
But, like, in comparison to the working at the Broccoli Rock,
Yeah.
there's a massive difference in how I'm feeling. I mean, at the Broccoli Rock, like, I'll have good days and bad days, where, like, on the bad days, like, I'll just be not wanting to be there, because obviously I've got no passion for fish and chips. I couldn't care less, mate.
Yeah.
But then good days there, I'll be like in a good mood, just chatty. It's like quite nice just to sort of go and do something for a little bit, whilst earning money. But on stage, you're like making music and stuff. Like I'm constantly enjoying it, because obviously it's a passion that I want to pursue and like sort of make money off. And then I'll be making money off of something I'm enjoying.
Amazing. That's everything.
Nice one.